Trump has signed several immigration-related executive orders. The result, experts say, it's making it harder for immigrants to gain legal status. Small changes such as getting up from your chair every 30 minutes can make the difference between a healthy lifestyle or the dead bud syndrome. Gomez is in the process of getting legal status through her U.S. citizen husband, while DACA's fate is in the hands of the federal court. The university is building a new student parking lot that will count with 1,200 new spaces. The objective here at the Los Angeles Mission Center is to rehabilitate individuals who lack resources and integrate them into society. And next time you have a craving or just visiting the area, you can always stop by Jugos Azteca to enjoy a delicious Mexican snack. A recent survey done by UCLA found the quality of life in Los Angeles County got worse over the past 3 years. A legal permanent resident can seek public benefits after 5 years. A proposed executive order draft under the consideration by the Trump administration apparently punished those who break the law by getting assistance before 5 years. Daniel, a legal permanent resident for 5 years, spoke to us, but didn't want his identity revealed. He says he used public benefits in the past after he experienced difficult times.
I had to use public benefits because I was hospitalized for several weeks after an accident. I lost my job and I had no money to pay for my expenses.
He's currently in the process of becoming a U.S. citizen, but fears immigration can deny his application on his next interview.
I am scared to know that because I use medical and food stamps, they can deport me.
Immigration attorney Sean Potts says a public charge is grounds for denying citizenship.
The person, if they're considered a public charge, meaning that it's someone who, based on their circumstance, it looks like if they were to immigrate to the United States, they would be a drain, economic drain on society.
Potts says if the Trump administration proposal is signed and enforced, many people can potentially be affected.
Is that it could subject you to a ground of inadmissibility that would challenge your legal status, it could make you removable, or also could prevent you from naturalizing.
In a statement received from the Department of Homeland Security says the federal law requires immigrants to support themselves financially. The U.S. government enforces all federal laws to ensure fairness to the American people. While Daniel waits for his interview, he says he'll stay positive, hoping to be successful.
Quiero ser optimista y pensar que mi aplicación será aprobada.
Trump has signed several immigration-related executive orders. The result, experts say, it's making it harder for immigrants to gain legal status. In Northridge, Jesus Mendez, Valley View News. Homelessness is becoming a big problem in the streets of LA. The Los Angeles Mission Center has been around for over 80 years serving those in need. Steve Schultz is the Vice President of Programs and Emergency Services at the facility. He says resources are available for those who want to turn their lives around.
Some people are very comfortable with doing that. Other people come because they're broken and they no longer can manage it themselves. And they say, I need to change, I need help.
The facility offers a place for people to eat and stay overnight. The center also provides extended programs for those who wish to rehabilitate. Victor Lozano came to the center 11 years ago when he ran into trouble with the law.
And it actually saved my life because although I wasn't doing drugs at the time, I was carrying 2 guns. So that would have been strike number 3.
He now works at the facility and says he is blessed to help others. Although he's one of many who took advantage of the second chance, not everyone is willing to do the same.
The system is somewhat designed for those people that want that kind of lifestyle, and they're living the lifestyle.
Schultz says the government and the nonprofit organizations need to work together.
Focusing on helping people. These are human beings that we need to help.
The objective here at the Los Angeles Mission Center is to rehabilitate individuals who lack resources and integrate them into society. In downtown LA, Jesus Mendez, Valley View News. Part of being a college student requires commuting to school. Jorge Duarte is no exception.
Well, it's time consuming. I have to wake up by 5:30 in the morning.
He's majoring in psychology and says being a returning student is difficult, especially when he has no financial support.
I pay for my own classes and everything.
He commutes daily from Lancaster to school and says it can get expensive. On average, he drives 500 miles a week and spends $100 on gas. Duarte says keeping a close eye on his car can prevent additional expenses on repairs.
You have to invest in good tires and, your oil change.
But those are not the only problems Duarte faces. The school parking permit increased 15% over the last 3 years.
Yeah, I think it was 207. I think it's very expensive.
Ken Primo manages support services for the associate students and says there are programs available for students to use.
Some of the other programs that they've started would be Zimride, which would be a carpooling type of program. There's also Zipcar, which is an hourly car rental service.
He says the ultimate goal for the school is for students to commute less stressful. Duarte hopes that the school can acknowledge the challenges students face every day.
Help out the students. We're the ones here every day, and do the most you can to accommodate us.
The university is building a new student parking lot that will count with 1,200 new spaces. They also want to encourage students to take advantage of the resources already available on campus. In Northridge, Jesus Mendez, Valley View News. The new generations are worried about their financial future. A recent survey done by UCLA found the quality of life in Los Angeles County got worse over the past 3 years. Two of the main factors are traffic and the high cost of living. The average cost of an apartment in Los Angeles is twice as much as the national average. Seasoned students are sharing their concerns for what their future holds.
Being at home, it's still kind of, I work too, and even money goes by fast because I have stuff to pay, So I can only imagine people dorming or getting apartments here, how much more financially struggling they could be.
Although the study was conducted mainly for young people between the ages of 18 to 29, we found that it can affect anyone.
So I am worried because I have 2 kids and student loans. So I'm worried, if in case I couldn't find a good job, how am I going to pay off my student loans, and how am I going to be financially stable?
With inflation rates continuing to rise, it's getting harder to minimize expenses and save. En el Día Mundial de la Lucha en contra del SIDA, la organización Bienestar quiere crear conciencia en la comunidad latina, al igual que apoyar a aquellas personas que ya son portadoras del virus VIH. En el centro de Los Ángeles, Jesús Méndez, Noticias El Valle.